Tag Team Challenge coming up next. You know what's also coming up next. Roll that damn intro.
Inside me, a light was turned on. Then I was alive. If you close your eyes, your life, a naked truth revealed. Dreams you never lived and scars never healed. In the darkness, light will take you to the other side. And find me waiting there, you'll see if you just close your eyes.
Okay, so apparently I got challenged to do this tag team challenge, no pun intended if you will, I guess. So before I even do that, I do want to name a couple of people that I want to nominate here to be able to do this with me and spread this around. I got Thrashmaniac99, I got also the Iceman, not only that, NF Punk and Access Ranter. So guys, being able to try and do this, I'm gonna try my very best at this, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, for question number 1, basically getting into how I got into wrestling and how long have I been a wrestling fan. And really I got into it, of course, for most of you who do know me, I got into my stepdad, so I've been watching it basically for a while, since 2001, on and off, and then until I got used to the schedule, I've been watching it ever since then. So I came in, I think, at a really good time, even though I wish I would have watched it earlier on and knew about it then, but that's fine, and ever since then I got hooked and been watching ever since. So for question number 2, my favorite wrestler as of right now on the current roster, there are a few of them, but I have to say Kevin Owens. He's one of the guys that keep me interested in watching WWE, especially now. I really like what he's doing, and especially him being the heel is really cool and dope for me, so definitely has to be Kevin Owens. As far as favorite diva for question number 3, I would have to go with Charlotte as of right now. She's definitely got me interested in her, and I like her being paired with her father and everything, and the whole thing she's doing with her and her dad. I actually do like it, so she's definitely keep me really intrigued and checking out more on the Diva side of things, and I like her as Divas champion as of right now, so that's really cool. And the plus side on that note, so Charlotte would have to be my current favorite diva at this moment. Alright, with the next question, favorite indie wrestler that I would like to see go into WWE, and I had to really think about this, and there's so many. I went with Ring of Honor on this one, and this is a guy, Silas Young. I really like the old school type of vibe that he does bring, and the mixture of the new school, if you will, and I've been enjoying what he's been doing lately. So I guess if I had to pick one, definitely that would be one of them, and some of the other guys too from Ring of Honor definitely should come in to WWE, since we've been seeing that lately. So definitely for one as of right now will be Silas Young. For how many WrestleManias have I been to? I haven't been to one WrestleMania at all yet, which is kind of a sad shame. I wish I'd been to at least one. I had a chance to really try and go to, but things didn't go so well, and plans didn't really get together on that. And for WrestleMania that I would like to go back in time to, you guys already know this, WrestleMania 18. I definitely would like to see that and be there in person, especially seeing The Rock and Hogan and the other matches that want to be about for WrestleMania 18. Just how stacked the card was from top to bottom. I really enjoyed it, and basically one of the WrestleManias that I did get to see in full and everything, so definitely would like to go back and check out WrestleMania 18. For the NXT Star that I do want to see be brought to the main roster, there are so many, but I'm going to have to go with the NXT champion himself, with Finn Balor. Can't wait to see him be a part of the main roster, and he's doing actually really well as NXT champion at the moment right now, and having some really great matches. And just to see his entrance alone on the main roster, how awesome would that be? So seeing Finn Balor on a part of Raw and SmackDown, that would be something to see for sure. For Dream WrestleMania match, I really had to think about this one, and I think the one that I thought of was Actually pretty interesting, and to see this Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar, just the differences between the two, and somewhat similar, and just to see them go at it at WrestleMania would be pretty damn crazy, and I think it would be a great match to see those two different styles clash and go at it at WrestleMania. So if it does happen, that's cool. If not, that's fine. But that's something I think would be pretty damn interesting to see with Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar go head to head at WrestleMania. Now, for my favorite non-WWE product would have to be Ring of Honor. Even though I do like the other ones and like to check out other shows and to see how other wrestlers are doing and to see potential stars eventually get called up to WWE is pretty cool to see. But as far as picking one, I would have to go with Ring of Honor on that one. That's just me, so there you have it with that one. Now next for favorite style of wrestling, I would have to go with submission. I really enjoy submission work because you can actually basically have this go at any type of way. It could be coming at you as a surprise and you wouldn't really know it, and just having moves like, of course, the figure four lock and other moves like that, and of course the Balls of Jericho. You know, they're actually really cool and can be pretty damn painful depending on how you use it and stuff like that, and can get the job done. And I like to see the different ways how they can be pretty much used in that aspect. So as far as favorite style would have to be submission. As far as how many shows I've been to, there's been so many. Of course, I've been to the Royal Rumble 2008. I've been to a couple of Smackdowns in the past, house shows and all that. So as far as being able to calculate that, it's been pretty interesting, and I'd say probably just shy of 12, maybe a little bit more. It's kind of hard to really count on that one, especially with last year going to the house show with me and my good buddy Bostonfan79V1, which was a blast. Hopefully we'll get to do some more this year if WWE does come around, and we'll see what happens with that and adding a little bit more to the list, and we'll see what happens with that. I would like to go to a Raw. I've never been to a Raw, and maybe go to other pay-per-views, and we'll see what happens. Plus I've been to TNA shows, so it's been a lot, and quite a few, so I will say that, and it keeps getting higher and higher with the list and everything. So there is that, and yeah, so about 12. I want to say a little bit more. It's really hard to tell on that note, but it has been quite a few. Now for a pay-per-view to be brought back, and I would like to see a majority of the old pay-per-views to be able to come back, and I've said this before, I like how you knew what pay-per-view was each and every month, and it basically went as is, and now it's kind of different when we just have gimmick pay-per-views. So to take one of the gimmick pay-per-views and bring back one of the old school pay-per-views, I guess Backlash would be fine. I mean, it really doesn't matter if it's just Backlash or the other old school ones, but I think that would be a pretty interesting fit to have be brought back. With the next question, I wasn't really sure about how to say this for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, but I will say this: I would like to go to a Raw. Like I mentioned, I've been to a SmackDown, and NXT definitely should come to North Carolina for an NXT tour. That would be sick and insane. I would love to see that if that did happen. But yeah, as of right now, I actually do tend to enjoy NXT, and for SmackDown, for the most part, I tend to enjoy that too a little bit more. As of right now, that's just me, so I wasn't really too sure how to answer that question, but yeah, that's it for that one. Alright, so for the next question for Daniel Bryan, should it be brought back? I think he should, and especially now with him being injured and looking to be cleared to come back. And I wasn't too sure about how he's really dealing with the injuries and whatnot, so it looks like he's basically for the most part cleared, but he's not been brought back for the longest time now, so hopefully it does happen around, I want to say, like maybe after Fastlane and right into WrestleMania, so he can get a match in and everything. That would be nice, or maybe the night after WrestleMania, there's that too. So it's really up in the air at this point on what's going to be happening with Daniel Bryan. I would love to see a return, but that's only up to WWE at this point and see where things are going to go. So hopefully Daniel Bryan does come back. I wish him the best. Definitely for sure nothing but the best for Daniel Bryan to be able to return and be healthy, and hopefully we won't get to see any injuries out of him for a while, since I definitely don't think he needs that. So he uh, definitely does deserve to stay well and rest up, and we'll see what happens with that. So definitely, yeah, I do see Daniel Bryan returning, hopefully within sometime this year in 2016 for sure. Do I see TNA being the number 2 company? I definitely do see that. You got WWE, then there's TNA. Pretty much, basically, more people know about TNA than the other companies as of right now, since it's somewhat a bit more promoted, more and everything like that. Even though it's on Pop TV and everything, and not a whole lot of people get that. Mainly just people in the states here. So with that being said, even with that, a good majority, at least from my friends and everything, that do know about TNA, so I would say TNA is the number 2 brand outside of WWE, so I would agree with that for sure. Alright, for Dream WrestleMania location, I've been wanting this for the longest time, and I've been hearing rumors here and there that it could happen. Hopefully Charlotte will be able to get that chance to have WrestleMania go down, and that would be really cool. I have to agree with Bostonfan79V1 on that one to have WrestleMania come out down here to go to my first WrestleMania, and then I'll be able to go with my friends. That would be something special to see. That would be awesome. Hopefully it does happen. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But never say never on that one, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully it does happen. We'll see. Now for favorite action figure that I do own, I don't really own many, just one as you can see behind me. That's actually Angelina Love for TNA, so it's kind of a sad shame, but I would like to start collecting more, and I've been watching other people's videos on collecting DVDs and whatnot, and been looking up on it. Wasn't really sure where to start, so I'll probably end up starting with my favorite wrestlers first, and then work my way around. Because I really see a lot of cool figures that I really want to pick up. I just never really get the chance to. So if you guys ever have the opportunity, you guys can send me a figure if you want it. But I'll probably just end up getting my own. So just throwing that out there. Not that you really have to or anything, but that's something that I really would like to get into, and see where things are going to be able to go from there. So that's something I would really like to try and pick up on for sure in the near future. So if Triple H takes over WWE, will it be better or worse? I feel like it would be better if you see the stuff that's on NXT as of right now, and it has a simple formula. I feel like eventually it'll get to that point on how the NXT is and how things are run over there, and I feel like it would be a much better and smoother place, especially with right now with WWE basically coming out with all these constant rematches and stuff we've already seen before. Kind of gets old after a while, and where we see NXT, it's basically like its own brand and almost like its own company in some ways, even though it's still under the WWE banner and everything. So I like what they're doing right now. I really wish some of the writers would actually come onto the main roster to actually make a point and actually show us what they can really do too, not just for NXT but for Raw and SmackDown, and to change things up a bit, which I really think they need. So Triple H coming on, taking over a lot more, I think he would actually doing WWE for the better, in my honest opinion. Now for the John Cena Bray Wyatt, I don't really think so. I really hate to use that term since it's basically used a lot here, and it's kind of basically used way too much, and I feel like that's like the easy word to use. So I don't really feel like John Cena did Bray Wyatt. It was just them going at it in the feud and going back and forth and everything. And if you see that Bray Wyatt eventually does come back from his losses and everything, and tries to make things better for him and turn things around for the good. So I don't really see it that way. Bray Wyatt seems to really just come back in a whole different level and everything, so I don't really see it as that. I don't know, it just feels like too easy, like I said, to really use that term, and one of those terms I don't really care for in using that much. So yeah, I don't really think John Cena did Bray Wyatt during their feud, especially for the WrestleMania 30 feud for sure. And for the next question, going into with John Cena again, how many years does he have left? He's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon, even though he's not really my favorite, but I do respect the guy for what he's done, especially with the charities and all that, Make-A-Wish Foundation, all that good stuff. So John Cena is going to be around for quite some time. Uh, Depending on what's going to be happening with him, he'll be leaving on his terms. That's just the way how I see it. So he's not going anywhere at the moment, and I do see him sticking around for the next couple of years, and depending on how things are going to be going with him, he'll be leaving on when he sees fit. That's just how I see it, and in my own opinion on that. So the last and final question, who is the future of WWE? Basically, any other new stars that you see, especially the ones that already came out from NXT, I would say that. And if I had to pick one, basically AJ Styles, since he just recently came in, I see him being in the future and actually staying with the company for a good couple of years, and I really like what he's doing right now. And it still feels like a dream that he's in WWE on the main roster and doing his thing, and already having a match with Chris Jericho and The Miz and guys like that, and just to name a few at the moment, and it's going to be a whole lot more. So guys like him and whoever's new and upcoming, basically for the most part, I do see as the future of WWE at this current point in time. So that about does it for the whole entire video. This was actually really fun. I'll probably end up doing more of this whenever the opportunity does come about. And I got this one with my good buddy Bostonfan79V1. I'm pretty sure Simon did his and everything like that. So not only check out mine, but check out Chris's and Simon's, and spread this around like wildfire if you guys can, and we'll see where this goes with that. So this was fun, so we'll see what happens with that, and we'll be back for some Fastlane talk when the opportunity comes within the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video, whenever the hell that may be. Peace. See you guys.